This young boy was recently released from prison and came here to his father's house. When he moved to his new home, it was not as easy for him to find a job as he thought, so he spends most of his time at home with his stepmother. As a result, it did not take him long to get close to his stepmother. This is when she told him that she is not happy with her relationship with his father and that he does not pay attention to her. So, it is from this time that this young boy's relationship with his stepmother went in a direction that both of them did not expect. Hello, my beloved family, peace be upon you. Today I have brought to you the most popular movie, called Normal, which was released in 2007. My family, please help us by liking the video. Without wasting time, let's go to the movie.
Yes!
The movie begins with a woman named Catherine, who is reflecting on the tragic loss of her eldest son, Nicky, who perished in a devastating car accident at the age of 16. To this day, Catherine remains haunted by her son's death to the extent that she forbids her younger son, Brady, from entering Nicky's room, which causes Brady considerable distress. Meanwhile, we are introduced to a school teacher named Walt, who is approached by a student named Sherry seeking assistance with her coursework. It becomes evident that Sherry harbors feelings for Walt, and he reciprocates her affection. Additionally, Sherry is employed as a weather reporter for a local news station. In a subsequent scene, we encounter a boy named Jordy, who is incarcerated for the crime of car theft. After a few days, he completes his punishment and is subsequently released from jail. Outside the prison, Jordy observes his father, Carl, who has come to take him home. It has become evident from their conversations that Jordy and Carl do not have a harmonious relationship, resulting in frequent conflicts between the father and son. Walt, on the other hand, discovers a newspaper in the house pertaining to the accident involving Catherine's son, which he retains. In the subsequent scene of the film, Jordy is at his residence, where Carl informs him that he has 1 week to secure employment, otherwise, he will be required to leave the house. Jordy's stepmother, Elise, attempts to engage in friendly manner with Jordy after Carl departs for the office. Jordy harbors strong disapproval of his stepmother, believing that Elise is primarily motivated by financial gain in her relationship with his father, which leads him to engage in poor communication with her and subsequently depart. Walt visits his younger brother Dennis, and from Dennis's manner of speaking, it is evident that his mental state is unstable. He has not left his apartment for the past 2 years and is experiencing depression. Subsequently, Walt is seen conversing with Carl, a psychiatrist. Walt believes he is experiencing depression, prompting him to seek therapy from Carl. Furthermore, Walt elucidates the cause of his depression, recounting to Carl that one evening, while driving under the influence of alcohol, he had his entire family, including his younger brother Dennis, in the vehicle. Due to his intoxication, he was unable to focus on the road, resulting in a collision with another car. In that accident, Catherine's son Nicky lost his life, and Walt has since observed someone with Nicky who was wearing a t-shirt featuring a basketball player. After hearing the entire story, Carl realizes that he was the basketball player. He then informs Walt that he can't continue with the session, leaving Walt confused about the reason. Meanwhile, Catherine frequently visits Nicky's grave, and when she's alone at home, she often goes to Nicky's room to cry, deeply missing him. This shows just how much she loved him and how difficult it is for her to cope with the loss. In another scene, Jordy visits a pizza shop for a job interview. The manager initially rejects Jordy due to his history of minor offenses and jail time. However, after Jordy talks extensively, the manager changes his mind and decides to hire him. Walt is seen chatting with his wife, Abby, while they watch Shirley's weather report. Sherry, a girl from Walt's past who has a crush on him, is on the screen. Abby attempts to connect with Walt, but he brushes her off, captivated by Sherry's broadcast. This moment highlights the struggles in Walt and Abby's marriage, revealing their unhappiness. Meanwhile, Jordy is in his room indulging in some private time when Elise unexpectedly walks in on him. Startled, she quickly leaves, leaving Jordy fuming. He then decides to take a break and heads to a nearby park to cool off. He encounters his high school friend Melissa, who invites him to a party. She mentions that she recently saw Nicky's mother, Catherine, and inquires if he has spoken to her. Jordy responds negatively, prompting Melissa to suggest that he meet Catherine at least once, though the reason remains unclear. Perhaps it relates to him being a friend of her son. Abby decides to leave Walt and go to her sister's house because she feels neglected and believes her marriage is deteriorating. She chooses to remain outside the house for some time, despite Walt's attempts to persuade her to stay. Abby, however, disregards his pleas and departs. The following day, Walt meets Shirley at school, and they advance their relationship by beginning an affair. The next morning, while Elise is drying her hair unclothed, Jordy enters and sees her. Elise quickly wraps herself in a towel and inquires what Jordy is doing there. Jordy responds with nothing and gradually approaches her from behind, which Elise does not deter. While they're enjoying themselves, the sound of Carl arriving prompts Jordy to quickly hide in the bathroom. When Carl asks about Jordy, Elise claims her head is really hurting, so she's been resting. To keep Carl occupied, Elise playfully pulls him onto the bed, allowing Jordy to sneak out unnoticed. This marks the beginning of Jordy and Elise's secret relationship, and whenever Carl is away, they find time to be together, repeating this pattern for several days. A few days later, while Jordy is working at the pizza shop, Melissa stops by. She inquires why he didn't attend the party, and Jordy brushes it off, saying he had too much work that day. As their conversation flows, the manager steps in, causing Melissa to exit. Later that evening, she returns to give Jordy a ride home. Since it's been a long night, Jordy invites her in. Once inside, Melissa brings up Jordy's friendship with Nikki, which stirs up some emotions for him. They share a moment of closeness, but just then, Elise arrives. She inquires about Melissa, to which Melissa replies that they are old high school friends. Without another word, Elise walks away, and after she leaves, Jordy gently asks Melissa to go as well. Melissa, feeling confused by everything, decides to leave. Meanwhile, Walt discovers that Dennis has been frequently chatting on the phone with a girl named Sylvie. Walt has feelings for Sylvie as well, so he secretly invites her over to Dennis's apartment one day. When Sylvie arrives, Dennis feels the urge to hide since he hasn't interacted with anyone besides Walt for the past 2 years. Sylvie, already aware of Dennis's situation, reassures him that she will wait on the other side of the door to talk, just like they did over the phone. Dennis agrees, and they engage in a long, heartfelt conversation. Seeing his brother so joyful brings Walt immense happiness, as he realizes that Sylvie's presence is helping Dennis slowly heal. Melissa and Jordy are enjoying each other's company, which leads to a budding attraction between them. In the following scene, we find Walt and Sherry in conversation. Sherry reminds Walt of an interview she conducted with him a few years back after his car accident, but he seems to have forgotten, and this bothers him, prompting him to walk away. Meanwhile, at work, Jordy's manager pressures him to speed up his tasks, causing Jordy to become frustrated. He decides to quit and heads home with Melissa to gather his belongings. Elise attempts to reason with him, expressing her irritation over his relationship with Melissa, but Jordy ignores her and leaves with Melissa instead. That night, unable to sleep, Jordy reaches out to Catherine, and the following day, we find them engaged in conversation. It's during this exchange that we learn Nikki was also in the car for which Jordy was jailed for theft, but the idea to steal it originated with Jordy, not Nikki. After they drove together, a car accident occurred involving Walt, who was driving under the influence, though Jordy and Nikki were unaware that Walt was the cause of their crash. Their discussion allows both of them to express their feelings, helping to alleviate the guilt that has weighed heavily on Jordy and Catherine for so long. Later, when Catherine returns home, she decides to burn all of Nikki's belongings, coming to the realization that she cannot change the past and must now focus on moving forward. Catherine decides to spend some quality time with her younger son, Brady, planning a vacation together. After Nikki's passing, she had unintentionally neglected Brady, and now she's eager to make it up to him. Brady is thrilled to see his mother showing him the love and attention he craved. Meanwhile, Dennis is moving out to finally reunite with Sylvie after 2 long years. This prompts Walt to reflect on his actions, leading him to seek out Catherine to apologize. However, Catherine confronts him, revealing that she believes he played a role in Nikki's tragic accident. Overwhelmed with emotion, she lashes out at him before leaving in tears with Brady. While this is happening elsewhere, Jordy arrives home and attempts to speak with Elise. Suddenly, Carl appears from behind and begins to assault him, having discovered their affair. Upset by his father's actions, Jordy retaliates, leading to a physical altercation between them. Just then, Elise intervenes to break up the fight. Unfortunately, Carl sustains serious injuries during the struggle, prompting Elise to rush him to the hospital. In the final scene of the movie, we find Dennis enjoying dinner with Sylvie, while Catherine appears genuinely happy for the first time in many years. The movie ends here. Please, my family, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.